Welcome back to the channel. This is Slotcar 2021, bringing you another podcast episode. This is episode 4 of the mag versus non-mag. And hope everyone's been keeping well, enjoying the hobby. I've been doing some DIY lately, so haven't been concentrating on slot cars so much. And I had an unfortunate incident whilst doing DIY the other day. I was digging a trowel into my mortar on the bricks because it's gone quite sandy. So I'm digging out all the old mortar, and and as I was going around the house, I was taking some cabling off that the previous owners had put on the house for cable TV, and we don't have cable TV because we're poor. So I was just taking all that off, and I opened up the cable box that's attached to the outside wall, and as you do, there's loads of spiders, cobwebs, everything else, and this spider drops out, and it was a little bit strange looking, and I thought, well, I'm going to take a picture and search it on Google, and I was like, I, I've been trying to find a false widow spider because in the UK we've got false widow, which is kind of related to the black widow, but it's not as dangerous. And I was like, maybe this time it's going to be a false widow spider. And I googled it, and then it was like it came back as a false widow, and I was like, oh, okay. Went to get a can of or like a 5 litre tub of windscreen wash for the car. I was just like, squish. Definitely don't want them anywhere near my house or coming inside. So, because in the UK it's been quite mild, and what's happened is it's encouraged loads of spiders, and spiders have been around way earlier than what they would be, and we're just getting loads and loads of them. So I don't mind spiders. I welcome them in my home, but when you start getting load of false widow spiders, yeah, I don't want to be bitten by one of those. So, um, yeah, so I might go back and make sure they're gone tomorrow. But yeah, I've been doing some DIY, so repointing work. I've got some damp, and all the brickwork's terrible on the outside of the house. Just had the garage all repointed, um, and I'm then doing the house by myself. Um, just because not loads of it needs redoing, but I'm just doing the bits that need redoing. So I'm getting an angle grinder and grinding out all um, the old in between the bricks, all the old mortar, and replacing it. So that's what I'm doing tomorrow. So yeah, not been doing slot cars really today, which is nice. It's nice not to do slot cars every day. Have a bit of a break, do something else. Spent some time with the family as well, which was nice. Being out to a park. It's nice just to spend a nice day out. It was good weather today as well, so yeah. I did watch some content, obviously, which is nice. But it's nice to have a break from like editing and doing videos and building cars and I've got a magnetic racing kit building to do. So I'm not going to kind of say which one that is, but you'll find out. I'm going to post some pictures on Instagram and yeah, see how that goes. I think it's going to be a bit more. It's less intricate. It's more just straightforward building. So hopefully it's not going to take me as long. I'm going to get some big paintbrushes out and yeah, have a painting session maybe before the end of this week. So yeah, been quite busy. So let me know, guys and girls, what you've been doing slot car wise in the chat, or even non-slot car related stuff. Garage of Slot Cars, I know, has been very busy, and it's good to see he's back. Put a video out the other day, which was good to see. Yeah, don't forget that you need to have a break and enjoy the summer before the winter comes. Because once the winter comes, you can do lots of building slot cars and scenics and everything else. So don't forget to enjoy yourselves. Right, let's get on. Otherwise, I'm gonna waffle on for ages, and I'm not gonna get this done. So episode 4 is 1/24th scale, mag or non-mag, and a conclusion to the whole series. You can probably guess kind of my conclusion already, maybe, but we'll go into some 1/24th scale. I haven't really done any research on 1/24th scale, which is not good. So I'm sorry about that. I might have to do another video. I might have to do a part 5. So yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe we'll do 1/24th scale. I'll do an update on 1/24th scale history, and but I can definitely do my kind of thoughts and feelings about 1/24th in this part. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll make it into a 5-part. Make it into a 5-part series. Why not? So 1/24th scale. So I have got a few 1/24th scale cars. I've got an Auto Art Rally, Citroen Zara rally car, 4-wheel drive, has the magnet in. Beautiful cars. The thing about 1/24th scale, which is really cool, is just the level of detail seems to be, excuse me, right up there. Obviously, it's a bigger scale. It's easier to get the detail on there. But watching DNA unbox the BRMs on the channel, yeah, it's 1/24 scale. If you're going to have cars on show in a cabinet, I would say they're a great size. I've done some Lego builds, so I should really show those, shouldn't I? But it's not really slot car related. But so me and my son have built up a bit of a collection of Lego cars. They tend to be kind of around, I would say maybe, I don't know, maybe 1/32, maybe a bit bigger. I don't know what scale they are, the Lego. It's like the Lego Racers. We have got some Lego Technic stuff as well, which is pretty cool. We've got like a bobber motorbike with like working chain and pistons and everything. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I might have to do a quick video on Lego, just to show you what we've got. We've got the Fast and Furious cars. We've got some. What else have we got? We've got a Nissan. Yeah, we'll do a video on that, just to show you what we've got. We've got the Gravedigger as well, monster truck, so pretty cool. Anyway, back to 124th. So yeah, the detail level is amazing. I know with BRM it's on another level, but the auto art cars are quite old now. The level of detail on those is pretty good. So in terms of aesthetics, 124th is, yeah, nice. Um, in terms of how they go around a track, wow, my feeling is that they're a bit clunky as a slot car. Um, yeah, I think at that scale, um, from my experience of taking them round, um, I don't know. Maybe it's that I've just not driven the right one. The BRMs seem to go pretty well. Um, think did DNA say one of their best lap times? Maybe it wasn't DNA. Maybe it was MP. I'm sure he said that one of his best lap times is set by a 124th scale. Pretty sure that's right. So maybe it's just that I haven't tried the right 124th scale car. But the ones that we have had at the club, um, white kits, like decent level, race prepped, seem to be very tail happy. And it's just a completely different driving style from my experience. I can only go on, what I've tried. And we don't really race 124 scale. We just kind of have them out for fun, although we do kind of tune them up a bit. So yeah, from my experience, without magnets, they're quite tail happy, and they don't go as well as the 132 scale cars. So my conclusion, and talking again only on my experience, is that the 124 scale cars don't go as well as the 132. With a magnet in, they're okay, but then it feels kind of a bit restricted in terms of that kind of natural flow that you get without a magnet, or without a strong bar magnet. It just kind of feels a bit strange. But so I would say, in my opinion, 124th scale cars aren't as good as 132 when you're talking magless. They do seem to go a bit better with a magnet in to keep them a bit more on the track. So yeah, I mean it's a fun scale. It's a nice scale to race because they are that bit bigger. But I think you struggle, especially on wood tracks, you can't really race them side by side because just of the sheer size. I'd love to have a go on Carrera track, and get them running on Carrera track and see what they're like. Yeah, that would be good. So, in terms of my experience, I'm limited on with my opinion. I'm limited on kind of giving feedback on 124 scale, but from what I've seen, from what other people have used on track, they're just a bit clunky, tail happy. Whereas the 132, I feel a bit more planted and quicker. I don't know what other people's experience of the 124 scale cars are. If you've got experience racing, I think Pete Track Fans TV, you race, or maybe it's not on a regular basis, but you've raced some 124 scales. So maybe if you could chip in and just give me your experience of kind of like non-mag 124 scale. That will be good. Um, yeah, my kind of conclusion to the whole mag non-mag is that 132 is bang on the money. HO is better with magnets. 132 is better without, although you can enjoy it with. With is good for beginners at 132. 124th is just a nice kind of scale to have because of the detail levels. And you can enjoy them at that kind of scale as well if you've got a Carrera track. I guess the downside to the 124th scale is just the room that it takes to use the cars. And that would be a negative straight away just on that. No matter if it's mag or non-mag, it's just kind of the room that you need. But a plus is Carrera track will run the 124th scales. So yeah, I think again in the UK we don't really. I know some clubs race the 124 scales, but we don't really. Yeah, I just think they're a nice kind of scale of car to look at, and I can see why they appeal so much because they're at the scale that if you take them round, you can appreciate the detail as they're going round. Whereas the 132, sometimes you like have to slow the racing down to appreciate that the aesthetics a bit more, if that makes sense. Yeah. So each scale has got its kind of pluses and minuses for um, for how it runs, how it looks, how it performs. But yeah, I guess 132 is so popular because it's in the middle, isn't it? It's kind of gives you a great performance without a magnet. It gives you you're able to still appreciate the aesthetics a bit more than the HO, although there are some HO like Bauer cars that are really really high detail, which is amazing. And yeah, I think 132 is just the middle of the road. And I guess that's the preferred scale amongst a lot of people. Yeah, 124 scale is. I definitely enjoy looking at my 124 scale cars more than the 132 as a display piece. If I was having display, uh, if I was having a display cabinet specifically for cars to display to show them off, I don't think I'd have 132 scale. I'll be going to the die cast as well. That's kind of where I'll go because you can have the doors open. Um, the die cast are quite cool because it gives you that interaction a bit more, and you can put lights in, and yeah, it's more like you can show it all off, and the detail can be a bit higher as well. Whereas obviously 132 is kind of a trade-off. It's got to be functional. You got to be able to race it, but not to say it can't look great because I think it can. Yeah, I think the 124th is good for kind of aesthetics. Anyway, I'm waffling on now. I'm going around in circles. So we're nearly at 20 minutes. It's good to kind of talk about some other stuff as well. And part 5, we're going to look at conclusion. I'm going to do a bit more research into 124th so we can have a bit more history on the scale and find out a bit more information, do it a bit of justice. So yeah, we're going to wrap that up now, and back next week with part 5 for the final bit. And then after that, I want your suggestions for future podcasts. What do you want to see? Do you want to see me do a podcast with Pete? Do you want me to do kind of a podcast on my collection of cars? Do you want me to do my story, how I got into it? Although I have gone through quite a lot of that already. Do you want to have a podcast on tech? Do you want to have a podcast on tuning? Do you want to have a podcast on general chat? Just let me know. I might put a post up on the community tab, and we can do a vote for what you want to hear. I'm a bit reluctant on spending out on gear for podcasting. I think it would be beneficial. At the moment, I am using an external mic, but it's an Xbox headset, but I did get like a lapel mic, but it's not very good. I bought cheap, and cheap's not great. So I was having a look at the Rode mics, which are not too much money, which are designed for kind of your basic setups for videos that plug into like mobile phones. So maybe that would be a shout. But yeah, I'm quite happy just doing this. If people are happy with the quality, it's, people can listen to it. But I have enjoyed Raoul's video the other day on tech, and he was going through the camera that does super slow-mo, which is pretty cool. And it's like nearly 1,000 frames per second. And he took the video and showed us what that looks like, and slowed it right down. I think with 1,000 frames per second, that's when you can start doing some very kind of artistic type stuff. And I have since then looked into different cameras, and there are a few cameras that do that around 900 to 1,000 for less than the camera that he suggested. I think there's a couple of Sonys below that do that. But yeah, I mean, it's very, very specialized. So if you're spending that much money, pretty much, and it's like a dedicated high frame rate camera, you're pretty much buying it just for that. So it's a lot of money to invest in something that is just to do your slow-mo. But as he was saying, you're investing and building the quality of the content that you put out. So what I thought was, well, I can't afford that, but what can I afford to do? Like what looking back on my videos, how could I improve the videos that I've put out? And I looked into it, and straight away I thought top-down view. So I'm looking into getting a system set up so I can do top-down videos, because some of the videos that I've been putting out, the angles and displaying what I'm showing you isn't the best. So a top-down view would improve the quality. So I have invested in that. I'm also invested in like a stability system for my cameras. and also a light, so an adjustable white light, not like a cheap ring light, but a specific, like a daylight equivalent adjustable brightness, a professional light to go on, like my camera, so it will go on the hot shoe, or it will clip onto the stabilizing equipment that I've bought. And yeah, I think that's going to improve videos massively, because I'm looking to do some more filming of the cars on the track. And I remembered that I've got an action camera, so I went in my drawer and I was like, "Where is it? Where is it?" And I dug it out, and I think it's a very old one, because I used to use it. I used to clip it onto my helmet for when I used to ride motorbikes, because I tried to do some vlogging with that, but it should work a lot better for track. So I'm going to look at getting a donor car and fashioning a mount, mounting the action camera on the car. Then I'll be able to take it round the track and show you that view, and just experiment and see where I get with that. It's not going to be like super high quality, but it's just kind of an experiment, just to see kind of what quality I can get with it. So yeah, I'm trying to improve what I'm putting out. And looking back on the videos, I've just kind of I haven't spent loads of money. It's all still fairly budget orientated, but I believe the money that I spent is going to improve what I'm putting out. So yeah, I think I might do a video depending on the quality of the kit, and then I can share that with people and see if that's something that they might want to get as well, if they haven't already, if they don't already have that equipment. Right, I'm going to wrap it up because I said that about 5 minutes ago. So yeah, have a good rest of the week, and tune in next week for part 5. And hope everyone is doing well. Shout out to Lee Slot Cars. Congratulations with buying a new house, and it seems like a short turnaround for your move, but I'm sure it's going to go well, and you're going to get a shed and a bit of a man cave, and Dave from Slotar can help you out with kitting your shed out, and getting a big track in there. Be really good to see what you put in there, and where you go with the scenery and stuff. So yeah, good luck with that, and yeah, see everyone later.